Welcome back, our NJFers, our Not Just Football fans. We are here for a special episode, a playoff episode of Not Just Football with Cam Heyward. I'm joined by Hayden Walsh. Hayden, how you feeling?
Well, great. I mean, we didn't have a playoff episode last year, so that's exciting. But I think very happy with how last night turned out. I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm in a very good mood today.
What happened last night?
Well, the University of Michigan got their first outright title since 1948 and their last title since 1997. They shared that year, but the best college football team in the country last night showed it to everybody and put that Washington offense just destroyed them, really.
What were your thoughts on the game?
Oh, it should have been a lot worse. It felt like it was close throughout the 3.5 quarters. Even you texted me last night saying, how is this still a game? But by the end, it doesn't matter, man. 34-14 or 34-13. At least somebody had to do it for the Big Ten, man. The SEC had been dominating, and I'm glad that a real team can do it. So, sorry for Ohio State, but very happy with the turnout.
Yeah, I was flipping through channels, was watching that and One Tree Hill. I decided to just keep watching One Tree Hill, and I'm on season 7 right now, and that took up most of my night. So I got to take care of my body. But I got to take care of my body because guess what? We have a playoff game, and we were looking forward to it. The guys have all rallied around these last 3 weeks, and to go into Baltimore, whoever plays, we got the job done. Proud of the guys, and what a big win. And then we needed a lot of help to thrust us forward into the playoffs, and we got that.
Tough weather too. It looked crappy there. So I thought the offense did a great job. And like you said, I don't care who's playing on that side of the ball. Y'all two meet up. That's going to be a tough game no matter where it is. But did you watch anything on Sunday? Did you watch the Jags and Titans game?
I watched the Jags and Titans, but before we get there, I just want to say, in regards to the tough weather, man, that was legit. You look at that weather and how it affected the game. You saw so many different fumbles. Like our first snap, Najee was running and the ball just popped loose with nobody even hitting it. And in the end of the game, Eric Rowe, pops one loose. And we get a fumble, and that's how we win the game. But heck of a game, fun to be a part of. You talk about playing in those they're inclement weather games that everybody wants to play as a kid. But glad we're on the winning side of it. And to bring up the next day, I watched Titans Jags. I was texting you through it. I thought when the punter dropped the ball, I was like, bro, does this dude have like points in the game? It was all looking good until that. And then, Tannehill threw a pick and I started getting a little bit nervous. But, man, Derrick Henry ran till the lights went off. And, having that guy, when you need that guy to win, he stepped up. I felt kind of bad though. I feel like every time they were in the timeouts, they kept talking about D-Hop and what he needs, DeAndre Hopkins. And, I think he got the yards, right? But he didn't get the 2 touchdowns. And so at the end of the game, I thought Vrabel was going to pull a fast one and be like, yeah, we're not going to kneel the ball. We're going to try and get the ball to D-Hop one more time, get him the touchdown. But, Braves looked out. Vrabel, we're sitting here today. Vrabel got fired. Can't believe that happened. But very thankful for the Tennessee Titans for getting the job done for us.
I'll say this. He did an interview early last week where he was talking about how much he hates losing. And that made me feel very good as a fan. Like, all right, Tennessee's going to give it their all. They're going to try to win this thing. And we're getting a note here. It was too complicated to trade the coach, according to sources, so the Titans just fired him. That's insane. I feel like that guy's going to get hired immediately. He's a good football coach, right?
Yeah. I think, we were talking off air. We were like, if he could find a way to get back to Columbus and help out, or, you wanted him at Michigan.
Hey, man, listen, if Harbaugh leaves, baby, they play a style of football that fits him. I know he's a Buckeye, but so was Schembechler at one point. Bring over Vrabes and continue the tradition. Absolutely.
Nah, Vrabes, you ain't got to do that. You're going to get picked up right away. There are some Really cool jobs that would love to have a coach like him. You know, you look at the Chargers job, you look at the Raiders job, you look at the Atlanta job. You know, all three teams would be very fortunate to get a guy like Vrabel. He's got a winning record, you know, as a coach. And you know, it's I was pretty shocked that they fired him. I know they hired a new GM last year, and so I think the GM wanted more picks. Vrabel wanted to keep pushing towards a playoff berth and all this different stuff. But I just hate how sometimes, from a organization perspective, it's not just all about winning. It's sometimes, you know, collecting more picks and, you know, having more shots to, you know, get another number one or something like that. I just, you know, your coach should be wanting to win. Your coach should be beating on the table, telling you, hey, we need this guy in because he can put us over the top, rather than, oh, let's just collect picks and let's just stay at the bottom of the barrel. That's just, I don't think I could play for an organization that thinks like that.
Well, yeah, and for a guy who I think he said something like he'd cut his thing off to win a Super Bowl, that guy is not trying to build for the future. He wants to win now. And like I said, that interview, it was early last week, and he kind of had a back and forth with a reporter where he basically just said how much he hates losing. And I was like, man, that guy, he will be hired immediately, right?
Yes.
Whether it's college or pro, he'll be hired immediately. And like you said, a lot of good jobs open, and there's only going to be more coming, I feel like.
Yeah, you know, even the Washington job, you know, that's a pretty cool job to have as well. New organization, they just hired Bob Myers, friend at Omaha as well. But you know, if they could get him, change some things around, I think he's the type of guy that players will rally around. He's a guy that, you know, will stay extra, will, you know, demand out a lot of his players, and then it shows on the field.
I'm glad you mentioned the Bob Myers thing. As a football guy, is it a little strange to see an NBA guy come into a front office, or do you think they could translate to that?
You know, I think, well, who was it? Cleveland did it a couple years ago with the bringing in the guy from Moneyball. And you know, there was this big resurgence on analytics. I think Bob Myers is more of an eye test type of guy, and relationship, to have a cohesive unit. But I don't know how that translates from basketball to football. I don't know where his background is. You know, I've only been around 2 GMs, and the GMs I've been around, it's just they've been around football their entire lives. So that's going to be the big sticking point, is how do you make up for not having that relationship with football as much? But you know, you could just hire a bunch of people and continue to just keep talking about it. And as I say that, we get a note right here. They're also bringing in Rick Spielman from the Vikings. So that's a smart move, and allows them to feel more comfortable at the position. And, you know, as he gets more comfortable, he's going to find the right relationships to make it work.
Yeah, no, interesting move. I seen an NBA guy come over, but I guess you're right. If they're going to bring him in with another ex-GM, probably makes the transition a little easier on him. All right, well, you guys, like you said, you snuck into the playoffs.
I didn't say that. I never said we snuck into the playoffs.
You said you needed help. You time out. If you needed help, you snuck in. Okay, you guys played great the last 3 games of the year, 2 games of the year. No, you did. You snuck in. You needed help. Okay, we
needed help, but the only way we get in is if we win.
No, there were ways to get in even if you lost.
But did that way happen?
Listen, you snuck in.
Wait, did that way happen?
Listen,
did that way happen?
Listen, stop.
So I'll say this. You can say we snuck in, whatever. But if we don't win, we don't get in. If you look at if everything plays out the way it is.
That's fine, but I think you would agree.
We needed the last 3 games in. If we got in the playoffs, it is what it is. We didn't win our division, but we also had the best division in the AFC North, with every team over 500. So I don't think that's sneaking in at all.
Listen,
talk about a team that could go 7-8, or 7-9, or was it 7-10? There were teams last year in NFC South that didn't even have a winning record. Don't give me that we snuck in. Man, we earned our way in. That's final.
Listen, you did your part, but if you needed help to get in, you snuck in. Okay?
No.
Listen,
you need both. You need both.
Fight about this for the rest of the time if you want, but it's true. Okay, you needed help to get in. and you snuck in. You played good to get there.
Wait. Okay, I'll give you this. So a team like the Buffalo Bills, are we saying they snuck in?
No, they had a win and get in. That's how they controlled their own. I know everyone hates this. Controlled their own destiny. If they win, they're in. You guys were not in as of Saturday night. You needed help.
They needed help too.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
If
because
they beat Miami, they're in.
But if Miami wins the week before versus Baltimore, what are we talking about?
I mean, you snuck in. I don't know what you want me to tell you. You snuck in. Forget about it. It doesn't matter.
We did not sneak in. We're in.
The question to me, and I want you to be honest.
Yes.
When you saw the weather in Kansas City, were you a little bit hoping, all right, maybe Buffalo should win it? I don't want to go play in -18 or whatever it's going to be. You thought that a little bit, right?
No, I think when you look at our team, we're built for that. You know, we like crappy weather. You know, we have the running game to do it. And I think our team really thrives on playing in those ugly weather games. It's just we go to Kansas City, we go to Kansas City, we go to Buffalo, we go to Buffalo. We knew we were packing a light bag, and you know, we get to play whoever.
So it's Buffalo. You played them the last couple of years. Give me a breakdown.
Starts with Josh Allen. That guy does so much. He's Superman for that group. And then it goes to Stephon Diggs being an unbelievable wide receiver and have a lot of stability in the offensive line. They're one of the only teams that almost had, it was like 97% of their O-line took all the snaps together this year, which is a testament in itself. You need a lot of luck, guys taking care of their bodies. But on the other side of the ball, they've had injuries, but they've had guys step up. You know, I think they got a really good pass rush with Ed Oliver, you know, and, you know, they make plays. But you know, we're going to have our work cut out for us. Looking forward to going up to Buffalo, and should be a fun game.
He has really good legs. He uses his legs really well. What is the challenge defensively to stop Josh Allen from going wild with his legs?
Yeah, got to keep him in the pocket. He's a great A gap to B gap, you know, runner up the middle. And you know, he's a strong guy to bring down. You got to get full body weight on him. And I'm not talking about dumping him on his head. I'm talking about you got to wrap up, because you see so many times. You've seen the Miami game. I've watched the Dallas game. And I'll say one thing that's changed in this group from previous weeks. They have a new OC in Joe Brady. They fired Ken Dorsey, and there's been a more commitment to the run game. James Cook has done a really good job of settling the unit down and not just putting it all on Josh Allen's shoulders, but letting him, you know, dictate with the run game. But Josh Allen is still the guy. You have to wrap up. You got to get multiple guys to the ball, and you know, if we can do that, we can have some fun.
Obviously, TJ gets hurt on Saturday. Looks like he's going to be out for a couple weeks. Tell us about the guys that are going to be replacing him and how the unit as a whole has to really pick it up.
Yep, already went to church, prayed for him, and you know, we're gonna sprinkle some holy water on that MCL, baby. We're gonna get him right. But the goal is bring football back to TJ sooner or later. But you know, the guys that got to step up: Marcus Golden, Nick Herbig, Alex Highsmith. Those are three guys at the outside linebacker position. They got to have big games for us. But I think they're more than capable of it. We're not asking to be TJ. Nobody's going to be TJ but TJ. But they can be Marcus, Nick, Alex, and they can be strong guys. You know, this is the first year we've really had depth at that position. So we're about to see it get tested again. You know, Marcus Golden has been a starter in this league. Nick Herbig comes in with a lot of talent. So, you know, it's not like we're just putting two out there and just saying you got to play the entire game. You know, you can still have a true rotation and keep those guys fresh, but we got to make sure we get a lot of our outside linebackers this week.
Yeah, I'd say, though, a couple positives, though. I'm not 100% sure is Minkah back officially, but I think Kazee's back from his suspension.
Finally back.
How important are those, man? I mean, have we even talked about Kazee? I think we missed that next week. So
I want to talk about Kazee because one thing that's getting lost in this whole thing, when the NFL fined or NFL suspended KZ, the one thing I hate about how we suspend players in this league, we literally say the coaches and nobody from an organization can communicate with that player. And it's shocking because we're supposed to be a team that continues to worry about mental health, player health, and all these different things. Years ago, a guy like Martavis Bryant was suspended the whole year. Nobody could communicate with him. And so, we get into these things where we're trying to punish the player. What happened to taking care of the player? What happened to making sure he was in good footing and making sure he stayed around the team? I think that gets lost in all of this suspension crap and, not even getting an opinion on the dumb rule of suspending the player in the first place. I just think we're running from solutions and just creating more problems.
Man, dumbass, huh? You're
Yeah.
fired up. You're fired up. I didn't
It's the
realize though.
playoffs.
I didn't
It's
realize.
the playoffs.
Well, I didn't. Oh, that's true. I didn't realize though he's not allowed in the building even.
No.
And you can't
No.
talk to him. Like you couldn't text him.
I could text him, but nobody from the organization can communicate with him.
Man, but he has eligibility to come back for the playoffs. So it's like, why wouldn't you allow him to stay in the building then?
Exactly.
Man, it's like you already took a couple $100,000 from him. Now you're going to take him away from his friends at his work. Like,
we got to earn some money back for Kazee. We got to make him some money because I'm sure this Christmas wasn't too nice to him.
No, I mean he's been fined so much that they just took him off the field. I mean, my God. All right, well, talk about how important it's going to be having him back and how much it's going to help the defense with him and Minkah back if Minkah is back.
So if we can get those two guys back, we've been makeshifting, moving things around. But through this, I think we've created some depth. You look at a guy like Eric Rowe, man, we got to give props to Eric Rowe. And I said this earlier, this guy, I don't know how he was not on a roster before we signed him. He's very smart, has a nose for being around the ball. He's done that wherever he's gone. And his communication is key to that. But now you got three safeties that you can move around and do some different things with. And it's happening at the right time for our group.
Man, you're saying Eric Rowe, and I agree, but give those linebackers some props too. Miles Jack was on the couch like 2 months ago, and that dude is everywhere, man. I mean, it's crazy what you guys have done with some of the guys. And like you said, how are you finding these guys when it seems like you've had so many injuries on that side of the ball?
It's a testament to not only like a guy like Miles Jack who's balled out. Alanda Roberts has balled out, getting some Mark Robb love in there as well. He balled out, had a critical sack and a turnover, forced fumble. But I think it's a testament to guys like Aaron Curry, who's now our inside linebackers coach, Grady. Coach Grady, who coaches our DBs. It's a team effort in this situation. And then you look at guys like Patrick Peterson, who communicates and talks with the younger guys and talks with everybody to make sure we are all on the same page. And then guys like Minkah and TJ still communicating as well. It has been, a weird season with all the injuries we've had, but to stay afloat is a testament to the group.
Yeah. No, well, big game this weekend. And I know you don't care about this stuff, but just a heads up, you guys are 10.5-point dogs. So nobody's giving you a chance, just so you know that helps it at all. Nobody's giving you a chance this weekend. Vegas doesn't believe. All right. Well, I want to talk to you about
tickets to the game, merch, meals at iconic restaurants, stays at Caesar's Palace. All this can be yours when you bet with Caesars Sportsbook. Win or lose, every bet earns reward credits, which you can redeem across the empire. Now, if you haven't started yet, register using code OMAHAFULL and then place your first bet, up to $1,250. If you win, great. You keep those winnings. But if you lose, you'll get your stake back as a bonus bet.
Yo, have you talked to Coach T? Sounds like he might be taking some time off, or I hear his wife loves LA. He's going to the Chargers, or he's taking a year off. Can you give us an update? What's going on?
Dude, we say this stuff every week. There is a new thing every single week. I don't know what Mike T is thinking. I'm not asking him right now. I am focused on the damn Buffalo Bills. That's where my focus needs to be. But I'll say this. Just last week, people were asking me if I was retiring. So that's how full of crap this stuff is. Like, people were asking me to take pay cuts and whatever, but then have the nerve to ask me the other questions after, because my focus should be on playing football. My focus shouldn't be if I'm about to retire. These people are too busy, spreading false news rather than just letting us focus on football.
Yeah, last week I read basically you were retiring, and then I read you were taking a pay cut. So I had to call him, like, I didn't know any of this. How are you going to do both? First off, you're going to retire and take the pay cut. So
I love people talking about my money. That's like, if I did that to them and said, "Oh, let me look at what you make," and let's say, "Oh, you definitely need a pay cut. Like, they need to ask for that." We'll be like, "Excuse me?" Like, it's just funny how people act, not to your face, but to other people. So I'll just say that.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a wild ride with you guys, though, man. There is a new story every week. Like, if y'all win a couple games, it's every team in the league is bummed because Tomlin was going to be let go or whatever. Now he's going to take a year off, and he's going to LA because his wife loves LA. I'm like, who doesn't like LA? First off, like, if you can afford to live there, who doesn't like LA? So
what do y'all think? Mike T is going to act?
Well, like, what I'm saying, like,
I don't get it, bro. Like, let's just focus on the Buffalo Bills. When do we become just like TMZ this, TMZ that? Let's just focus on the Buffalo Bills. We got football. I know some people aren't used to having football in January, but damn it, let's focus on the damn Buffalo Bills.
It wouldn't be the Steelers, though, if there wasn't something coming out. It just wouldn't be, man. All right, but I got to say one thing, too. I noticed a lot of Walter Payton Man of the Year push this past weekend.
Yes.
And some of the names, man, I don't want to drop the names here, but Snoop Dogg, Seth Meyers, and I think my favorite, Brett Michaels, giving you a shout out, man. Rock of love. Let's go.
And we got to give some love to Charles Esten. He's from The Office, and he was also in another one of our favorites, Outer Banks. But big shout out to Seth Meyers, Brett Michaels, Snoop Dogg, Charles Esten, and many other people that voted for me. Obviously, we didn't win the Walter Payton Man of the Year challenge, but happy a guy like Ted Karras won. He's doing great work in Cincinnati, and how can you get upset about a guy that's really doing the work? That I will never be upset when I see guys that are doing the work and deserve it, and he obviously does. But there's still hope out for the big one. So I know we can't vote on that, but I'd like to be in Las Vegas playing for a Super Bowl and having a chance at that award.
That would be fun, man. That'd be great. You could do both.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of for you to do, but it'd be awesome. That'd be great. I'd love that. Let's do that.
We don't run away from the work. We embrace it.
Nice. Neither do I. Let's go.
You sure about that?
Well, it depends what the work is.
All right, guys. And now we have our special segment, A Short Time with a Long Snapper, and everyone's least favorite guest, Christian Kuntz. And now it's time for the segment you've all never waited for. A Short Time with a Long Snapper. Christian Kuntz, how you doing, buddy?
Great. Everyone waits for this segment. Hayden, you can attest.
I mean, the YouTube comments say it. They could care less about us. They just want to hear.
What did the YouTube comments say?
I've read them, dude. A lot of people, when he's not on, everyone is not happy. Okay.
No, they're just concerned. They're concerned. Who abducted Christian Kuntz?
They want Kuntz. The people have spoken. They love him. It's the truth. You're just hard on him, but it's the truth.
Okay, so there's a guy in our private chat talking about YT loves Kuntz.
YouTube. It's YouTube.
No, I thought that was Young Thug.
I don't think Young Thug. I don't.
No, it's not Young Thug.
No.
You're not a Young Thug fan?
I don't know Young Thug very well. No.
Well, Young Thug's going through a court battle right now, so I don't think that's who it is. He's got other things to worry about right now.
Thank you.
All right, let's get going, fellas.
Yeah,
let's not waste any more time. Kuntz, you ready for the weather in Buffalo after dealing with that debacle in Baltimore?
Yeah, that was was some tough conditions in Baltimore, but going to be similar in Buffalo, and we're ready for it. This is playoff football, AFC North football. We fit right into this category.
How did you deal with the wet balls?
We do wet ball drill practice. Pause, Cam. No need for you to say anything inappropriate. We do multiple drills with the wet ball where we snap and practice with it. So nothing foreign to us when we get in a situation like that, and it's just getting out of the stadium at that point.
Rain or snow? What do you like more?
I'd rather snow. Rain, dude. I mean, that was tough. Like, it was constant. The ground was wet. The ball was getting wet as soon as they spotted it. Like, just tough conditions.
Are you a glove guy or not a glove guy?
Not a glove guy, but Trubisky actually, like, I never knew we had those, like certain
Leather?
quarterback. Yeah, the leather gloves add a certain tack to your hands. And I was going up to Trubisky, and, like, he was the one, Mitch was like, dude, rub your hands on these gloves. You'll get an extra tack. Like, and I didn't know that. And I found a little trick of the trade with those rubber gloves. It was nice.
Is that legal? This isn't like baseball, right? Where you can't have spider tack or nothing, right? That's legal, right?
No, it's totally legal.
Kuntz's face
I totally wear like the leather gloves. I don't mess with the stickier gloves because if anything happens with weather related, those gloves are the worst gloves to deal with. So I just always have had the leather gloves.
I hope it's not illegal, or I'll be in trouble.
We'll cut this out if it is. Well, somebody will check the rule book for you. You're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this out.
Relax. No, you're not getting cut off of this. We're in the playoffs. But I will say, if anybody's attending, it's a high of 24 that's anticipated with about 3.5 inches of snow, winds of 28 miles per hour with gusts of a high of 50 miles per hour. The real field temperature of the game is 0.
50?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Cam, can I ask him something that we talked about earlier?
Sure.
Kuntz, would you say you guys snuck into the playoffs?
I mean, I feel like you could go either way with that. I mean, some people would say we snuck in. I feel like we earned our right to get in with how we played.
There you go. There you go.
Some people are going to say we snuck in, but we didn't sneak in. We earned our right to get in. Yeah, we had a stretch where we dropped games where every team does, but man, we worked for this. We earned our way in, and we deserve to be in, and we're gonna show why we deserve to be in.
That is the proudest moment I've had that you've ever said anything. You have earned my respect today. I am very proud of you.
Hell yeah, that means something.
I'm happy I could do that for you. But I will say it's not a disrespect thing to say you snuck in. No, it's not. Nobody wants to play a team that snuck in because they're dangerous. That's kind of my opinion on it. You needed help, you snuck in. That's kind of my view on it.
You're acting like we're a home invader or something. Like, we're playing football here. Like, nobody wants to deal with somebody who snuck in. Like, bro, we earned our way in. We're in the playoffs. Deal with it.
You needed help.
So did every other team.
No. They literally did
every
not.
other team. Every other team.
That's not true. That is not true.
The Buffalo thing. I said, it's not like they snuck in. Even though Miami lost the week before to Baltimore, they still had to win the game. So they earned their way in. What's the difference in us in that? We had to win 3 straight, and we got in. We earned our way in.
I didn't say you didn't earn it. You just snuck in. That's all it is. You're taking snuck in like like I'm being mean. I'm not being mean here. I'm just being honest.
You're a terrible person.
Well, thank you.
You and that cat shirt are a terrible person.
Hey man, don't hate on the cat shirt, all right? Don't hate on it.
I like the cat shirt.
Thanks.
I'm not a cat guy, but
here
I like
he goes.
Shirt.
You don't have
I like turtles. I like special teams. I like the cat
shirt. No. I love special teams.
There you go.
I love special teams.
He loves special.
Can we get a shirt that says Young Thug hates special teams?
Oh. He wouldn't wear that.
Yes, he would. No. He would totally wear that. I'm surprised there's not a line that's just straight for special teams. Like, we need to create like a clothing line just for special teams.
Okay.
Your favorite holder's favorite holder. I like that.
Your favorite holder's favorite holder. That's pretty good. I like that. A press should wear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You want a short time with a long snapper? Mm,
Nice.
mm,
Look at you.
mm,
Just print the shirts.
Print
Witty.
the shirts. All right, Kuntz. Let's get ready for the Steelers-Bills game. What are you most intrigued with this game?
The weather. I mean, I think the weather's going to play a big part in like what they do, what we do, how the game's played, and the way we've been running the rock, man. Like it's impressive, and I think that's going to play a big part in the game and a big part in our favor, hopefully. So we'll see. I'm excited, dude. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere.
You got any beef with any special teams players over there?
No, I don't have no beef. No beef with any special teams guy in the league.
Yes, you've got beef around the league. Admit it.
I don't have any beef with anybody. Yeah, we get a little competitive edge out there, and there's a little like I'm not just gonna let people bully me out there or whatever. Like I'm gonna give it back. So like, there's always a competitive edge, but nothing personal on their side. It's a playoff game. It's gonna be high intensity, so I'm sure there's gonna be.
I will say during the Baltimore game, there was a time we kicked the field goal. I look over, Kuntz is at the bottom of the pile, still talking mess, and I was like, "Kuntz, you good over there?"
Nah, this isn't true.
What happened?
What happened?
I'll tell you what happened. We kicked a field goal or an extra point. We made the extra point. Broderick's chirping somebody. Herb was chirping somebody. And the guy gave a little headbutt to Herb. Herb drew the foul, and I just got in there and mediated. I just said, back up,
No, but you
up.
were on the ground. You were on the ground.
I wasn't on the ground. I gave a mediated forearm to the chest, like, yeah, back up. You know what I'm saying? And then everything got settled. We drew the flag. We were kicking off from the 50. Win-win.
So
but
you would say
I was a mediator.
Speaking of fights, have you guys seen the Jameis Winston team decision to go for the touchdown at the end of the Saints-Falcons game?
Yeah. I saw the reaction from the head coach from Atlanta.
The best is his quote where he goes, I told DA we made the decision as a team. It's like, that's the head coach. You can't.
Bro, okay. And I'll say this. This is the worst part about it is he told DA after it already happened. Like, it's not like you went into the game saying, Coach, we about to score. Like, bump over you calling that victory formation. He said, no, we're going to hand this off to Jamal Williams, let him get a touchdown. You know, there was one time I kind of went out of my way and Mike T was kind of pissed at me. We were playing Baltimore and I was on kickoff return at the time.
Oh my God.
And they kicked the ball to me. And of course they kicked the ball to me. I said, shoot, I got a chance. I want to score. And I got 11 yards on it. But Mike T was like, what the hell were you thinking? I'm like, whatever. Like, then we get to Monday morning the next day. He puts me on the big screen. He's like, look at this idiot. What the hell you think you was going to do? And like, he's roasting me the whole damn time. And I'm like, okay, I'm never going to do that again. But I didn't I was always taught like, you go forward on kick return. It's not like I've always seen the play New England, the bigger guy. I think it was Light. And so I was like, shoot, maybe I can get a chance. Maybe I can get a touchdown right here. But I think in the victory formation, that's just wild. Like you're just asking to, try and get decked on because after the game, I'm surprised they just ended on an all brawl.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy if I was on defense and that happened. Like they're in victory formation and you're down 41-17. And I saw what Jameis said. He was like, it couldn't get any worse. So what's the difference between 41 and 40?
I'm surprised. I know a couple people in Atlanta. I'm surprised Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree didn't just hem up Jameis saying that. Like that is wild. Thinking that was okay. But man. Ooh,
no other good incentive stories, though? You've never seen a guy kind of go out of his way to disobey a coach to get his incentive?
Well, usually in Pittsburgh, we don't have a lot of incentives. Like, the only incentive I ever saw was Case Hampton making weight every week, getting on the scale. That was probably the only incentive I ever had.
The only incentive you've seen?
Yeah, they're not big on incentives in Pittsburgh. It's just you earn your contract, you earn your contract.
Yo, what would Coach T do, though, if Mitch or Kenny or Mason audible out of the victory formation to get somebody their touchdown.
I might snatch their ass out. Like, we ain't playing that. Like,
Yeah,
it's enough just to win the game. Why you gotta go like and just disrespect somebody like that? Like, unless there was like something like preemptively heading towards that, but to just do that out of nowhere, that's wild.
Well, it was to get
That is
Jamal
wild.
Williams his touchdown incentive. It was like a couple $100,000. I thought.
No, there was no incentive.
I think
It
there
was
was.
just-
dude,
he
that was
had
his first
zero
touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah, he had 0 touchdowns on
It
the
was
year.
just to get him one touchdown.
Yes.
Dude, it's messed up. It was messed up.
That's what makes it even crazier.
That's great.
Yeah, Jameis is all about the quotes this year. I'll say that. Jameis has had some crazy quotes. And then it just led to, Arthur Smith getting fired the next year.
Next day, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Vrabel got fired today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good coach, man, getting fired. We could not believe that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm sure you already talked about that.
We did. When you were late for the,
I wasn't late.
You were late. It's okay.
He was
No,
not
I
late.
wasn't. I was
He
not
was
late.
You were late.
Told 3:30. He was here by 3:25. I bet.
Okay, let's move
Okay.
on. Have you guys seen the clip at the Michigan-Washington National Championship game? There was a suite. Let me list off the names that were in there. Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan, Travis Scott, and Stephen A. Smith. Kuntz, who would be the 4 people you would want in your suite if you could have anybody in your suites?
MJ would be definitely one of them. Probably MJ.
Greg Warren,
I
long snapper.
I do like Greg.
Jeff Reed,
Jeff Reed, supposedly great dude. Yeah, I mean those guys are legends.
Sebastian Janikowski.
No, not Janikowski. I don't know Janikowski. No. MJ would be one of them. I think I'd want Jay-Z. I'd want to see Jay-Z in my box. I think myself. I was invited to that box last night and I turned it down just with our playoff situation going on. And I might have to go with my, I'm a LeBron fan. I think I might have to add LeBron in there. My guy Braun.
First of all, you
So
didn't
that's
even
my
mention
4th.
Chris Boswell or Presley Harvin. So, it just shows you're not a team player.
Well, that's not true. I thought we were talking about like mega stars. Now, Boz is a mega star. That's the mega star.
Don't take the bait. Just don't take the bait.
No comment, man. I gave you my 4 names.
I know. I'm just messing with
Who's
you.
your
It was
4,
too
Cam?
easy.
Who's your 4?
Well, you two guys have to come along for the ride.
Oh wow, how sweet!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who else? Let's see. Man, you throw Drake in there.
I think I want to add Tiger Woods in mine.
Okay.
No, you just get 4. You don't get any more.
It's his dream. He can do whatever he wants in it.
What, you're just going to deny Tiger Woods and just leave him outside?
No.
Sorry, Tiger. Can't come in.
Tiger's coming in. Yeah.
I would say Drake, LeBron.
Mason Rudolph.
No, Mason would probably be busy combing his hair, getting ready for The Bachelor.
Okay. Nice.
Let me think. Let's go Cat Williams because I think we could get some good stories right
I
now.
like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
And then last one, I think Cat Williams and Peyton Manning would be a fun dynamic that Omaha and everybody that's not just football family would really love.
Say way to hit the boss there and just say Peyton Manning too. Very, very political played there. Very nice.
Shout out to the Peyton Manning family, Omaha family. What about you, Hayden?
Well, obviously you two, no doubt. I got to copy Cam because he can't be a better guy than me.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. I like the Cat Williams one. I'm not gonna lie. And then I kind of want to get him to go face to face with Kevin Hart.
Good one.
Meet up or Cedric the Entertainer. One of the people he called out. Bring them in there, and then we just.
Hey, I'll give you a 5th one. You can put Ricky Smiley in there because it just
Okay.
sounds like there was a whole bunch of beef there.
Steve Harvey too. He wasn't very happy with. So yeah,
Ooh.
there's a lot
Just
of
go
people.
Kings of Comedy in there. That'd be a
So So.
Will Ferrell. I might add Will. I might get 6. Will Ferrell's coming to mind.
Kuntz has got a couple +1s here, it sounds like. He's just adding dudes. He's
Kuntz.
coming to mind. Will Ferrell's a great one, though. I don't blame you on that.
He's got to be hilarious.
That's a great
Okay, then give me Adam Sandler.
Okay, guys, it was 4. You guys have now named.
Oh, now you get mad at me. You get mad at me.
I'm just
but
saying.
then Kuntz adds 2 extra people.
Cam's buying the suite. He can afford it.
That's true. So, Cam, I guess you maybe have more than 4.
Thanks, Cam.
Wow. Did you hear about the alien incident in Miami?
Yes. I don't believe it.
You don't believe in aliens?
I believe in aliens. Like I think there's other life other than humans on other planets, but I don't believe that there were aliens in Miami. No, absolutely not.
I think there's aliens all over the country. We just, we see we have some interesting people playing football right now. And you look at a guy like
where's this
Kyler Murray, he's probably an alien. You look at a guy like Calvin Johnson, he's probably an alien.
He was an alien for sure.
Yeah, I just think we think everybody's human, and some of these people that are playing are just like Shaq is definitely an alien. Like, there's no way you can tell me that 2 people created that 7-foot monster. Like, there are some aliens out here, and we just think they're all human.
But no video evidence, like in today's world, no cell phone. Like, there was a bunch of high school kids at the mall, and there's no video evidence of an alien. That come on. That strikes me like.
So do you think there's Bigfoot?
No, I don't, because no one has any evidence on Bigfoot. Even though I would love for there to be a Bigfoot. Like, I would love for Bigfoot to come out and we would catch Bigfoot. There's no Bigfoot. I'm sorry. There's no Bigfoot.
Why would you love if there was a Bigfoot?
Because it would be historic. Like, imagine if we caught that creature.
Okay, so you don't think there's a Bigfoot. Do you think there's a Loch Ness monster?
I think there's stuff in the sea and in bodies of water that we have no idea about. But stuff on land, I think we know about. I don't think there's Bigfoot. I think there's a Loch Ness monster.
We don't even understand everything on land. What do you mean?
We know
we don't even know we don't even know what's in Area 51.
Yeah, but our government, the people do. Other people do.
So how do we know there's not a Bigfoot out there?
I just don't believe it. I can't give you an answer. I just don't think there's Bigfoot until you give me proof on Bigfoot. A video or a picture. Like, everyone has a camera on them nowadays.
Bro, it's not really like there could be a grown man who's already like 7 feet tall, just never shaved again, just running around butt naked in the freaking woods. I think that's totally possible. That's definitely possible. I think you're really shocked if you don't believe that. I mean, you have to believe that.
I don't. Not until there's video or camera evidence. Like, I don't believe it. I'm dead serious.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in spirits. Like, so yeah, ghosts, I guess. I think there's spirits around us. Those are ghosts.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I believe in ghosts, spirits.
Do you believe in the ghost of Myron Cope?
For sure. Cope's with us.
Yeah, Cope is getting it done. You saw what happened with Jacksonville. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You didn't know where I was going with that. You see how I just worked that in? Look.
I knew where you were going with that. I know the curse.
Yes. I just want to say, special shout out to Myron Cope for getting it done up there, getting us to the playoffs. Jacksonville disrespected our terrible towels, and look what happened to them.
Were you playing? Who did it for Cincy? Hushmanzada.
Yeah.
TJ Hushman.
I didn't play with him. No. 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 All right, we're cutting this short now. We're cutting this off right now. That's the end of our episode. You got your time with our long snapper. I don't care if it was short or long. That's Kuntz. You got it. Thank you guys for watching Not Just Football. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time. Like and subscribe. And go Steelers. Look forward to this game. We're going to get it done.